Welcome back, everyone. Summer in Canada brings an incredible bounty of fresh, local produce. We're talking everything from juicy stone fruits and sweet berries to crisp corn, a true feast for the senses.
I agree, and our next guest knows how to turn that seasonal abundance into irresistible desserts, so say hello to Baker Gavan Knox. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Back again.
Okay, Gavin, we are starting with cherries, and things seem to be kind of cherry-coated right now. It's having a real moment. And you've incorporated cherries into our first dessert, which is called a fool. And I have never heard of that before. I don't know, has anyone here heard of it? Yeah?
Some people have, some people haven't.
What is a fool?
So basically, a fool, it's a classic British dessert where you've got either like pureed or crushed fruit mixed through a custard or a whipped cream. Tends to be whipped cream more often these days just because it's easier to do. And interestingly, the name fool comes from the French word fouler, which means to press or to trample. Of course, referring to the fruit that's used in it.
I love that.
There you go.
Ooh, etymology. So you made a cherry amaretti fool. Why don't you tell us how you made this while we give it a try?
So if you like cherries, this is the dessert for you. We've got basically some cherries pureed together with a sour cream and mixed together with whipped cream. The sour cream is in there to kind of provide a nice little contrasting balance with all the sweetness of it. And yeah, if you are a fan of cherries, this is the one for you. I find that people tend to think a bit like love it or loathe it. Me, I love it.
I love, and with the amaretti, it's just so perfect. I love it.
It's a bit like a bougie trifle when you mix in the amaretti to it.
Okay, so if you wanted to pair cherries with other flavors, what fruit would work well?
So despite, as I said, the kind of love it or loathe it reputation, I find cherries are really versatile, so any other of the berries work really well with it.
Okay.
I also find if you mix it with plums, you get a really tasty jam out of it.
Oh, nice.
And also, if you have your basic apple pie, mix in some cherries into the filling and it kind of elevates it and gives it a little certain something as well.
Oh, I love that. Okay. I'm really excited about our next dessert because it combines two things that I would never consider combining, which is corn and white chocolate.
Yeah.
So why do these things pair well together in your estimation?
So what you've got here is you've got like that naturally earthy sweetness of the corn, which goes really well with almost like that buttery sweetness of the white chocolate. And then texturally, the buttery, velvety white chocolate, when you add the starch from the corn to it, it gives it that a little extra luxurious kind of mouthfeel to it.
Okay, so we're looking at these. These are these eclairs that you've paired these two flavors with. Tell us about them.
So basically, these are eclairs, and they're my interpretation of a dish that's on the menu in a Mexican restaurant called Puyol. And basically what we've got is the corn husk leaves, I've dried them out and ground it into a powder. That's mixed into the choux pastry itself. And then the filling...
Oh, God. Okay.
Do you want me to go on or just leave?
No.
And the filling then is basically sweet corn, mascarpone cheese, white chocolate, and some whipped cream folded through it. And you can probably taste that kind of really luxurious velvety filling into it. It's almost like a creme pat, but a bit more.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I would have said I hated white chocolate before now, but
Me too.
I guess I don't.
I'll sneak it in there.
Yeah,
so
you
good.
did. You just.
Are there other ways to turn corn into a sweet treat?
Well, yeah, you know, corn is mostly, you think of savory, so cornbread or creamed corn. But the most prominent one is, of course, popcorn. So toast up some corn kernels, drizzle with some caramel.
Yes.
An interesting way of sneaking it in, again, to desserts is to infuse that popcorn into a cream and then use that cream as a base for a whipped cream or an ice cream or something. So you get that popcorny flavor in there.
That's such a clever way to do that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Thinking around, thinking laterally.
So, Gavin, I love rhubarb, and I always generally have it on its own, and I've certainly never paired it with blueberries like you've done. So tell us about these shortcakes.
So stick with me, unexpected.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, summer, strawberry and rhubarb classic combination.
Yes.
But here I've basically worked the sweetness of the blueberries with the tangy and the tartness of the rhubarb. Put that with some clotted cream on these shortcakes here. If you're feeling adventurous, you can make your own clotted cream. Be warned though, it's a long process, pretty much about a day.
Clotted cream to make?
Clotted cream, you can make it at home.
I'm going in.
Okay.
Sin's going straight in there, you're losing it. And yeah, so you can make your own or just use some really quality store-bought ones.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Is it good? I have a question, so I can't eat it.
All right.
Selfish. Because I think... We tend to always link, as you said, like rhubarb with strawberry, as if there's absolutely no other way to eat it. What else would you pair with it?
So another classic, really comfort dessert is rhubarb and custard. Stew up some rhubarb, serve with some custard, swirl it through. You can also then, one of my favorites is stew up some rhubarb again with some apples, sprinkling of brown sugar, and then dust it with maybe some cinnamon or some ginger. And again, it's just like comfort in a bowl.
Oh, that sounds
so
lovely.
good.
On its own or on oatmeal?
Yeah, you can just have it on its own, or you can have it with oatmeal.
Okay, we're moving on to apricot and lavender cream cups. Tell us about these.
So basically, apricot and lavender, for me, they're kind of like flavors and scents of summer. And this is a really, really easy dessert because it's just basically apricots which have been cooked together with some maple sugar, and then that's layered with a lavender-infused cream. So it's just basically like almost two individual desserts that you could work up this.
I mean, Jess and I both have lavender plants at home. I'm obsessed. Every time I walk by it, I grab it and I smell it.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you have tips and you can share about how to cook and bake with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, make sure that it's food grade, because of course, if you're just picking it from somewhere, there'll be pesticides on it.
Okay.
But the most important one is with lavender, less is more. It's a really potent flavor, and it's always easier to work up from a little than to work back. The last thing you want is to be like you're eating a bar of soap with it.
Yeah.
No good for anyone.
It's a whisper. It's got to be a whisper.
Yeah, just a hint, and then you can work up to your taste, whatever you want on it.
Right.
The other thing is then, you know, it's a good two-for. You get that scent and you get that flavor out of it.
Love it.
Listen, I love apricot as a stone fruit, but I feel like it's sort of the unsung hero of the stone fruit family, if you will. Speak to me, sing to me of its versatility.
You do not want me singing. I have not had enough to drink yet. But yeah, I agree with you. It kind of falls in the shadow of the other summer fruits like nectarines or peaches. It's as itself, it's a bit harder and it's a bit more firm. It has a taste almost between a peach and a plum. And again, it's really good for cooking in jams or if you stew it down to make fillings out of it.
It was gorgeous. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, but this final dessert pairs gooseberry and elderflower in a grasshopper pie.
Yep.
Do tell.
Yeah.
So grasshopper pie is a retro American dessert,
Yeah.
and usually it's mint and chocolate, but there's no mint in this, there's no chocolate, and there's definitely no grasshoppers.
Okay, good.
But what I have kept is the marshmallow filling, which I flavored with some elderflower cordial, and then some golden gooseberries, which kind of give you that sweet floral flavor again, coupled up with the tangy tartness of the golden gooseberries.
This is just like amazing.
It's delightful. Will you just say gooseberries for me one more time?
Gooseberries?
Oh, I love it. Gavin, we love you.
Thank you.
You hit it out of the park once again. Thank you so much. This has been delightful. Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.